An immigration and customs enforcement officer shot and killed a 37-year-old woman in Minneapolis Wednesday morning during a large federal immigration enforcement operation that has drawn sharp criticism from local leaders and community members. The woman has been identified as Renee Nicole Good, a U.S. citizen, mother of 3 and a resident of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, who had recently moved to the city. Her family described her as a poet, writer, and devoted parent with no significant criminal history beyond minor traffic citations. According to the Department of Homeland Security, ICE agents were conducting what officials called the largest ever immigration enforcement operation in the region when a group of people began blocking federal officers. DHS spokespeople said one of the demonstrators weaponized her vehicle, attempting to strike officers, and that the ICE agent fired in self-defense. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem described the incident as an act of domestic terrorism, claiming the woman had stalked and impeded law enforcement before the shooting. Federal officials said an ICE officer felt his life was in danger and fired his weapon, striking the woman. The department said the officer sustained injuries and was treated and released from a hospital. Authorities have launched investigations into the shooting, including reviews under federal use of force policies. Eyewitnesses and bystander video footage circulating online painted a different picture. Multiple recordings show federal agents surrounding a red SUV that was partly blocking the roadway at East 34th Street and Portland Avenue in South Minneapolis. Agents gave conflicting instructions to the driver as they approached the vehicle on foot. In the video, the woman appears to begin pulling forward slowly before an officer fires 3 shots through the driver's side window, hitting her in the head. Witnesses told local media the vehicle was not aggressively advancing toward officers when the shots were fired. Minneapolis city officials strongly disputed the federal narrative. Mayor Jacob Frey called the claim of self-defense bullshit and demanded that ICE withdraw from the city immediately, saying the presence of federal immigration agents was creating chaos and undermining public safety. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz activated the State Emergency Operations Center and urged calm, while calling for a full and transparent investigation. Protests erupted across Minneapolis following the shooting, with hundreds gathering at the scene of the incident to mourn Good and express outrage over the killing. Vigils and demonstrations also took place in other U.S. cities. Some protests remained peaceful, while law enforcement used crowd control measures in certain areas to manage larger gatherings. Good's family, friends, and community members described her as compassionate and caring, emphasizing that she was not a disruptive presence and had no history of involvement in violent actions. Her mother said Good had just dropped off her 6-year-old son at school before the fatal confrontation. The shooting has added to a broader national debate over immigration enforcement, civil rights, and the use of lethal force by federal agents. President Trump backed the ICE officers' actions, echoing the self-defense account, while local leaders and civil rights advocates called for accountability, saying the incident highlights what they see as excessive use of force during aggressive federal immigration operations. Investigations by federal and state authorities are ongoing, and public pressure continues to mount for answers about the circumstances leading up to the fatal shooting.